Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, there's no denying that Deadpool and Wolverine is a massive hit, boys and girls. The audiences are happy, the critics are mostly happy, but who really cares about them anyway? And it is absolutely smashing it globally at the box office. It is breaking records left and right. It's already passed up The Passion of the Christ as the domestic top-rated R-rated movie of all time. And ladies and gentlemen, it is not done yet because it is now breaking Guinness Book World Records. Yes, that's exactly what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, because Wesley Snipes' appearance in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, spoilers for any of you who haven't seen that or somehow has been living under a rock and didn't know that he was appearing in this movie, but yes, he is in the movie, coming back as reviving his character of Blade, which we all absolutely loved. And honestly, Blade Trinity was the first time we actually got to see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool in this humble common nerd's opinion, because his character there was, trust me, a spot-on version of Deadpool, and it showed us how well and how he was meant to play this character from the very beginning, and to get to see them reunite on the big screen in their proper places inside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was absolutely wonderful, was absolutely beautiful, and the fans are loving every second of it. I've got several of my people out there in the audience that have gone and seen this movie multiple times. They plan on seeing it again already, and this is a great thing. This is the kind of success that we needed. This is what happens when you give the fans what they want, and this isn't just some pandering cameo-lated nonsense. No, this is actually well done purposely, and the fans and the audiences are absolutely loving it. So let's get into the next records that Deadpool and Wolverine are breaking. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because we're inching our way closer and closer to 1,100, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below if you love to see Wesley Snipes reprise his role as Blade, and you love to see the fact that he is breaking Guinness Book World Records, one that was once held by his co-star in this movie, Hugh Jackman. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about all that down below. So, from Deadline.com by our Glenn Garner over here, says Wesley Snipes breaks multiple Guinness World Records with Blade's return in Deadpool and Wolverine. And yes, there's such a wonderful line. They're talking about I'm the only Blade. And it was so good. Oh, it was just so good. You love it. And it's a great dig at that television show that they tried making that just was absolutely abysmally horrible. And then, of course, it might also be Ryan Reynolds' own and Wesley Snipes' own way at digging into the production hell, of course, that Ali's movie has been in. And I'm still actually cautiously optimistic for. And it seems like the more I hear about that movie, honestly, the more excited I get about that. So that actually might end up being good. And hopefully, Deadpool and Wolverine is just the start of the MCU and Marvel finally pulling their heads out of their butt, turning themselves around, and making the fans happy again. One can hope. We'll wait and see what happens, boys and girls. But record-breaking Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is getting his flowers after his unexpected MCU appearance. Unexpected? We'd all been hearing this for a while. Come on now. Guinness World Records announced this week that the actor took 2 titles when he reprised his role as Blade in his recent Deadpool and Wolverine cameo after originating the live action character in his first 1998 solo movie outing. 98. Wow. For some reason, I thought they were a little bit older than that, but God, say for what you want about the Blade movies. The first one was absolutely great. I honestly loved all 3 of them. I had an absolute blast. Maybe I need to go back and watch them now with a little bit more of a critical lens, but I love Blade Trinity. Go ahead. Come at me in the comments for that one. But we got to see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool in that movie. And if you didn't realize at the time, now you do. So it might make you look at Trinity a little bit nicer now. With his return coming nearly 26 years after first playing the half-vampire Daywalker, a.k.a. Eric Brooks, Snipes beats out Deadpool and Wolverine co-star Hugh Jackman for the longest career as a live-action Marvel character. Shout out to Wesley Snipes, because it's one of those things. We heard a lot of stories and a lot of rumors around about the set of Blade Trinity and how he was very difficult to work with and all that other kind of stuff. Well, apparently he didn't have any problem with Ryan Reynolds, and they even made a little joke about that, because there was a rumor going around that they hated each other and they couldn't stand each other and yada yada on the set. And it actually turns out they're actually really good friends. They actually talk to each other on a pretty regular basis. And it was Ryan Reynolds' idea to call him up for this. It was him that wanted to bring him back. He's the one that made the phone call. So yeah, all of that nonsense, just more Hollywood BS drama farming. No, boys and girls, they enjoy each other. And trust me, you could see that in the movie as well. It was great. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was just gushing over over Wesley Snipes' Blade in this movie. It was just great. It was just great. So, after Jackman first played Wolverine, aka Logan, in 2000's X-Men, he was expected to beat out Patrick Stewart's Professor Charles Xavier for the title with his latest performance. And now Wesley Snipes hold it. So if, as a lot of people expect, I mean, Ryan Reynolds even makes the joke in the movie that Disney's going to have you playing this role for 100 years now, especially when he shows that he's still all jacked and the guns come out and you're like, oh yeah, look how good you look at that. You're going to be playing this role for 100 years until he's 90, and I think we're all perfectly okay with this. So Hugh Jackman might actually end up gaining this title back if he continues his trip long enough inside of the MCU. We know we're going to get him back for Secret Wars, right? For the next Avengers movies, we know Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be part of that. There's just no way for them not to. It would be Kevin Feige's biggest, dumbest mistake ever, and unfortunately enough, his ego doesn't allow him to be even that stupid. But nonetheless, this is great. So with more than 19 years since his last appearance in Blade Trinity, Snipes also claims the longest gap between character appearances in Marvel films. Alfred Molina previously held the record with his return as Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man No Way Home 2021, 17 years after Spider-Man 2. After first co-starring with Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity, Snipes admitted he did not think it was possible to reprise the character until Reynolds reached out about the cameo. I didn't think he would be able to pull it off, Snipes told Entertainment Weekly. I didn't think that Marvel was into it. Disney was into it. And also, because they had Ali, cast for the next upcoming version of it. So it didn't make sense to me. And yeah, it's absolutely true. But they did. They made it happen because Ryan Reynolds is a genius. Ryan Reynolds knows Marvel, he knows the fans, and he knows how to bring a good delivery. And you know what? For all of the dumb things you can say about Kevin Feige, and trust me, there are plenty of them. The guy has made some of the worst management decisions in history as far as who he has been put in charge of things. But on this one, he made the right decision. Ryan Reynolds came to him. They were like, hey, we got to make a movie. We need to make a Deadpool movie. We're going to do well. We're going to let you do the first R-rated movie. He was smart. What did he do? He let Ryan Reynolds do whatever he wanted. Why? Because he knows all of these people that he has trusted over the last few years to produce his movies and produce his television shows have all failed him. He bought in on all the woke stuff, on all the diversity requirements, and all the rest of the nonsense that Iger was pushing down from the top of Disney, and he went with it. And guess what happened? It failed miserably. She-Hulk? Anyone? The Marvels? How well did that do at the box office? Right? Now look at this. Deadpool and Wolverine, a massive success. Guinness Book World record breaking for Wesley Snipes. And this is how you do it. This is how you do success. Give the fans what they want and we'll make you rich. It's just that simple. So shout out to Wesley Snipes. Congratulations on being the longest running actor to ever play a Marvel character. And shout out to Deadpool and Wolverine, smashing even more records and landing themselves in this Guinness Book of World Records. And it's something that they absolutely deserve. After all, make the fans happy and we'll make you rich. And boys and girls, you get exactly what you deserve. And Wesley Snipes, this is very well deserved. After all, there's only one Blade, motherfucker!